Okay, so I'm muted, right? Um. Oh, you want to mute? Okay. Okay. Okay, I know I'm so popular. Okay, thanks. Okay, this is how you can close. Um. Anywho, okay, so um, I I literally don't have any. That viewer was scared. So I'll just start off by saying hello everyone who tunes in. I'm sure you'll trickle. Have my tea. Wait, maybe it's okay. If anyone is out there, I haven't. Oh man, guys, I'm so bad at this. Anyway, um, yeah, if anyone is actually out there, let me know that you can. Oh no. Okay. I don't. Let me just. Okay. This again. Again, sorry if people are watching this. I'm just trying to make sure it gives a fucking me. Yeah, like I maybe it's because public. Okay. Now that I have it on public, maybe it'll work. Ugh, I'm such a dummy about technology. Okay, well, I need to live stream. Anywho, Okay, so there's like one viewer. Hello. Thanks for visiting. Oh good. Okay, so now people can actually see me. I'm just gonna say things are working now. I I'm gonna say it's because I had it on private. So that's that's awesome. I'm gonna chalk it up to like my childlike naivete. Oh look, Andrea had her live stream on private, and funny how no one could join. It's okay to make mistakes. Anyway, so now that we're working, I'm gonna get down to business. First of all, I have to talk about my the elephant in the room. It's my French out, like my French sailor out, boarding tonight. I wish I had a cigarette, like but I don't. But I do have a pipe, so nothing in. Oh, hmm. Oh, that is resonance of old tobacco. I bought this for my husband actually. Um, but I'm using it for my own purpose. And I actually feel a lot like she star flag. That's done. I'm gonna also address the next elephant in the room, which is the slap. No, there's no weed in this. It's completely empty. Not that. Oh hi guys! Yay, there's people. Thanks for writing. Um, the slap. I was gonna reference that because that actually is the real elephant. Can't pretend like that didn't happen. So, like honestly, I think I was like everyone else in the world and just like, oh, the Oscars were on. News to me. Of course, I found out. Oh, you think it was fake? Lost Cause? Okay, well, I thought it was a lot of awkward, nervous. That was. I didn't really even watch it because it was just so much. I just watched this. Anyway, if it was truly a real thing, if it was not real, then like whatever. But if it was real, um, then like all I have to say, and then this will be the end of it. Don't hit people when they say things with their mouths of words that you don't like. That's it. So, moving on. Yes, I actually agree. Drop the film. I do think. Anyways, but I said that was all I had to say about that. And so I'm gonna move on. So the real reason I called for this meeting. So okay, I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West with my husband. And by playing, okay, so here's what I think. I think I mentioned this in the past. I don't actually play it myself. Like I watch him play and I help make the decisions about what we should do next and sort of navigate that way. But I I yeah, I'm an active audience member, an active participant that doesn't have a controller. Um and so we've actually been playing even having our kids watch too, so that's cool. But now like we're nearing the end of it. And we were thinking that we would want to start with Elden Ring. I had to look it up actually. I have heard it talked about. I've heard awesome reviews of it, and I wasn't sure if it was Elden Ring or Elder Ring. So I'm really glad that I did wrong. Um, so yeah, Elden Ring is what it is called. And yes, I've heard it's amazing. But I'm actually, what I'm asking for your guys' opinions. What I'm asking is, how is it for, say, someone who is a participant, who is an active participant in the audience, where it'll be my husband playing. I don't even wish it was a 2-player. Like, I'm happy to not have a, but he's the one. Oh, sorry, honey. I figured it out. It is. I texted my husband saying I needed help, and I just texted him, "Help me." We figured it out, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you. So, anywho, so yeah, so what I'm here to ask is, like, I expect it to be really a good game for the person who's playing it. Like, it sounds awesome and amazing. What I'm really wondering is, how is it for someone who is like wanting to participate through watching? And so I want to be entertained and like compelled by the story. And I've heard, here's why I'm kind of nervous about it. Because this will make us decide whether or not like I play it along with him, or whether he just like plays it just him. So I'm nervous that it's good. I've heard it's really hard, and people really appreciate it for being hard, but I am worried that I will just be really bored. So maybe I'll take a moment to read. So, okay, so the main logo for Elden Ring is literally a trinity of rings. Cool, that's symbolic. I thought the director version have to play gorgeous. Okay, yeah. So I actually imagined it probably would be. What have they spent 10 years or something, or like on this? So, but has anyone actually played it? That's the thing that I'm wondering. Like, will it be fun for me, or will it just be too much to be like waiting for, okay, now he's gonna just like redo this, like, oh, and that's not a straightforward thing because it's actually really hard, and or will it be like fun to navigate the ins and outs? So maybe I'll, it's sort of hard to know on these, like, I haven't done enough live streams to get the rhythm, so I kind of feel bad when I'm but there's nothing boring though. I'm at level 224. Whoa. Like, level, just like the early levels of like 224. And I just beat the final boss. Oh gosh. Okay, so it's so much to blast. So even okay, wait. So it's not boring at all, even when you're like, I don't even know what is happening. I have to redo it, and it's confusing, and I don't even know. Is it confusing? Is it like hard in the like interesting hard, or like hard like, oh, I had to redo the same thing until it like I finally get it, or like what? Okay. And they made it a lot easier. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean they made it a lot easier than like the last one? I know that there was one before. I, I'm not reviewing it. Like, what do you? Okay, I'm guessing you meant Elden because it says Ellen Ring. That is a whole nother game. Elden Ring review. Um, this is not a review. Yes, button mashing difficult. Yes. So no, I want to know. You mean I should just look up a review? Because there are challenging fights, but it is not as hard as Dark Souls. Oh yeah, that must be the first one. No storyline? What do you mean no storyline? That's the whole point. Like, I want to know if it has a good storyline. So I am counting on you guys to educate me, because I also don't want any spoilers, and I'm afraid to look up reviews because I don't want spoilers, because I really like just learning it. Okay. So maybe I will just have to look up, maybe I'll have to look up like no spoilers. Um, okay. Well, it sounds like it's good to give it a try, and then I'll probably like it. So so first I'll give you like a bit of a rundown. Like I think some of you may have even been around for, you know, since the um and I started looking at games a couple years ago, and I haven't really done two follow-up videos. I do mean to though. Let me know actually if you want to leave a comment in the chat, or if you're watching this, leave me a comment about whether or not you'd like to see more video game for me, because I have played a few that I've really liked. So here's the ones that I've really enjoyed. We started off with Witcher 3. Like I loved that one. It was amazing. Like I want to play it again. Like, because it was just such a rich and interesting storyline. We couldn't not play it. Like every moment was like, hey, let's play, and it was me too, you know. And then we did God of no, it wasn't God of War. The next one we did was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that just took too long to get through the levels, so we kind of abandoned that. I liked it though because I really like ancient Greece, but um it was just too much levels. So that one could have been good if only they would have made it a little bit like more reasonable about getting. And then we did God of War, and I loved God of War. Like, sorry, the latest one, or five, or anyway. I'm so looking forward to the. So yeah, I absolutely like adored that storyline. It is. So yeah, Witcher 3 and God of War are some of the best stories I have seen like in years. It feels like I feel like the video game makers are modern storytellers, like, you know, if they do a good job, because after that we played Last of Us 2, which, guys, I gave it a fair shot. Like I really tried to give it a fair shot. And I didn't want to just go and be like, oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. um but it was like, okay, Critical Drinker did a review of it, and I just pretty much agree with all the things it says about it, and Ellie's gave that sort of inside joke. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I thought it could have, there were things about it that I didn't mind, but they went the nihilism route and the woke route, but more it's about the nihilism route of the thing. I just bring. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Um, and I think I even dropped off for that. Stick around for my husband to play that whole. I was there for the beginning and the end, and then I think we kind of took a break. And this was the Horizons was the first one we really started back up with, and I really like Horizons, like the Forbidden West. I actually really enjoyed the story. I didn't play through the first one with him. I kind of just saw parts of it a while back when he was playing it, and I watched some of the main cutscenes, so I knew the storyline. But I find the storyline, why, like, it kind of answers the why questions, whereas the first one answers what, like, happening, why is it happening. And I really like the story. um I actually think that you should just play. I heard that there's a Horizon rivalry wise of like why does Elden Ring have to be such a, but it's like, oh, you can just, people can play both. But I enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm just like really looking forward to having this bonding time with my husband with the video gaming. I really like it. I enjoy it. And I want to do that to continue and do it again. Let me just read. Okay. So the game's story is not direct. They think you will. That isn't fun, but George R. R. Oh no, is my stream choppy? Oh, that's too bad, guys. I'm sorry. Is it still choppy? Let me know. I'm sorry if it's. I need to get a better need to get better. Let me just write my husband. Is it still choppy, guys? Yeah, no? Yeah? Um Yes, I am texting my husband. I'm sorry for the dead air, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know, but well, I'm sorry about the choppy. But yeah, okay, I think I would still love to hear more takes on whether or not Elden Ring is good for spectators to join in. But it sounds like it is good for people popping in, watching that way. I really enjoy I honestly I really just enjoy watching. If it's a good storyline, I enjoy it. It's something that, like I said, I think that video games can be like the new movies. Like movies are kind of sucking quite a bit, and if the storytelling is good, it can be whatever medium. So I think it's a really cool medium to go through and really pull out like story, and so that's why I want to just do. As if anyone has any other suggestions, it can be old or new. I kind of prefer one that has a good graphic. We have a PS5. We don't have a gaming computer. So, but yeah, it's something that I really just, I've really been looking for good stories. That's why I think I've really resonated with these games, because it's just the way that we interpret the world. I'm actually in talks with having someone on the podcast. I did a video a few weeks back about Ukraine crisis, or and how I interpret it, and basically it's by things. And there was a bit about that Gandalf spoke about Saruman. Sorry, thank you for making them really identical. Gosh, why does everyone have the same name? Have all these names that sound similar? Um, Not George R. R. Martin, not J.K. Rowling, J.R.R. Tolkien. Oh, guys, that was the worst. Ugh, that was the worst. God, all day. Um, yeah. So it was Sauron. Gandalf was calling Sauron a wife about the way he's attacking him, how his eye is completely affects. That's where they would take it, which is actually where Boromir wanted to take it. But instead, he never would have ever dreamed for the hobbits taking the ring to destroy it. Never ever in his wildest dream imagined that would be the final plan. Right. So that is something that it's like looking at story to feel encouraged about the world. At the same time, I sort of feel like it's almost too easy, because I know I'm not the one in the war. You know, like you never want to be, you don't want to be like, oh, I wish I was the one who lived through a concentration camp or lived through an active war. You don't want to actually wish that upon yourself or on anyone. But you also feel like it's a little bit trite. Is that the word? I don't even know if that's the word, but it feels trite to me. oh, in these hard times, just look to the stories. But we are in a place where we are, and we all have to have our views of it, and I don't want to dismiss it, and I don't want to act like I'm there. And we sort of, it just, these things make you question life and um like what your response to such things, even if you're not the one actually, how you view. I was actually, sorry, okay, so I'm going off into it. So I've been speaking with someone who is like, has his like doctorate in a really long title. I think it's about looking to Tolkien in the midst of crises and how we interpret a theological interpretation through, and how we can use Tolkien world to interpret difficult times in reality. That's kind of what's happening here. I think that it's one of the things that it feels close to home. We haven't had like a land war in Europe in a long time. Although I feel like there were a lot of Eastern European wars in like the 90s, but I was really young, and so I apologize if I misspoke. Um, it feels, because it's Russia, I think maybe that feels. So I apologize if I got that wrong about the wars, but this one feels, so maybe I should. Okay. The Elden Ring is a world war, and talking about it also sounds similar to what the Lord was talking about. I actually the guest I'll be having, I heard him on the Commons cast, and that's Father Andrew from the that one is. And I if you're in the Jonathan Peugeot, Paul Vanderclay, heard of. And so yeah, I think it'll be good, because it does. I do have a lot of questions about how do we look at stories and bring them down to our reality. Um, why does it make us encouraged to go on? How does that work? Because some people, it's like, oh, silly fairy tales, silly fairies. Get your head in reality, like that sort of more cynical, critical. So I'm really excited to hear that. Um, but yeah, the war. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't necessarily want to talk about the war, but like, it's sort of what's for the other elephant, other than the slap. It's what's been going on for a while, and the slap is something that, like, it's so tiny, and the situation with Ukraine is so much more like big deal, and there's even like whole little towns that have been leveled, and people don't have homes to go back to, and so it feels significant, because like we're sort of the generation of, I've been thinking about this a lot because of the meaning crisis, and like I've had another talk with someone else about how the meaning crisis, with Mark Lefebvre, shout out Mark, hi, um that the meaning crisis is stemmed from the intimacy crisis. And I think that this all has to do with us sort of being the generation of no trouble. Not really. So I was watching a channel, they're called Cinema Movies. And it's kind of like in a way it's a therapist and a guy who's also a movie director. And it's sort of like therapizing the clips from movies, analyze. But if it like Paul Vanderclay has been talking about movie space, it's also sort of theologizing theology. and they did Fight Club. And well, I've never actually seen Fight Club. I've listened to it because I I was on a road trip, and there was like a screen that, like, I was in the front and the screen like went down, and people in the back, the band could see it, but I couldn't front, so I heard it. But and there's a line that Brad Pitt's character Tyler says something about how we weren't, our generation wasn't in a war, weren't in a depression, and we are at war with ourselves and or something along those lines. And yeah, I think that, and that, when did that movie come out? Like in the 90s. So I think that, yeah, we look at, oh, we're like a real struggle, like Ukraine happens, and unfortunately the situation with Syria, all of those refugees, that was a big deal. But for some reason, and this is a whole nother topic, and I'm not actually sure how to go about it, because I had a comment when I sort of my video how, like, oh, this kind of resonates more because it's Europe, and maybe that's not fair that it resonates more because it's Europe, but I'd have to really think about that and go in to discuss it to really like through it. But as to what's happening with us, how why we it resonates more when it's a, but yeah, the war happens, particularly with Russia, because I mean, I'm in Canada, but like the Cold War with Russia, like that Russia has been on the horizon for a long time, and so it's like, oh, Russia's moving. Oh, those guys we feared for a while and they went dormant. They're acting up again, you know. So I think that there's old fears that are sort of re-percolating, and it's like, oh, something's happening that's a crisis that's real that we haven't felt in a very long time, and we have to have opinions. So and yeah, it's just, yeah, it's really complicated about, like, well, how there's a certain way to have your opinion properly. You don't want to just be blindly following Ukraine, apparently. You don't want to just be doing it for virtue signaling. I am having trouble with that. Oh, hi, Mark. I'm glad you're here. Oh, and someone, oh, George Richwine. God bless you, little sister. Um, so let's see. So yeah, hi. Hi, anyone who is. So Mark, Russia has been that area with rockets since before 2014. Well, shame on us for taking this long to know. It's a proxy war for something much larger. Okay, well, Mark, a lot of stuff I don't even. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I was thinking of actually making my own little dang spray cafe. That's what I'm calling my short musings. Guess I'll always have to have that one. Build that themed spot. I'm just trying to be better at like doing little spots for my little YouTube. Not very good at marketing myself. So anyway, I've been seeing people like say how kind of critiquing people for like putting the little Ukraine flag on their bio and like making comments, donating and talking about donating, and I mean, yeah, like if you're talking about donating, suppose that's thing. But even then, like I okay, so and maybe I'll still might about this. So I bought a couple things from people, some art from someone from Ukraine off of Etsy, and I'll probably share a picture of it. Is that bad? Am I doing it the right way? Am I supporting Ukraine without virtue signaling Ukraine? I'm just feeling badly for all of the people, and I want to like be part of helping them. And part of me thinks, so who cares if people are virtue signaling? I think it's good to give support to having someone regardless of. So that's like my take. I think okay, maybe leave me messages, comments. I should do my own little video about it. Maybe more people have more to say about it. I don't want to get too politically though, because I don't like dwelling on those sorts of things, because I think it's sort of arguing about the details. Politics is when like the depths, the deeper part of it is like the meaning and story, and that's why I want to speak with one fellow, name's Rena, about how we bring story down to us in times of. So let me just yes, I know, Mark, you have a video about all this that I have to check. Best way to stop war is not get involved. Okay, well, why? Why is it bad to get involved by, like, say, purchasing an art print from an artist in Spain? Why is it bad to put towards the Red Cross for supplies, for, or if you live in, say, Poland, say being a host. This is so hard because maybe I'm just a little naive, silly, but to me it just seems like basic human decency to try to be helpful. And I know that helping can sometimes make it worse, and I know that there are some times where there's a times to act and at times to be sort of more open-handed, passive, and do nothing. And it's the best thing you can do is do nothing. So I see that, and maybe I should read what people. Okay, well, Lost Cause, thank you for, if this is you saying goodbye, back to I don't know if you're trying to regroup me going back to talking about the video games, or if you're like telling me goodbye. Either way, thanks for all of your thoughts about it. Definitely. I see Benjamin Boyce the track. Guys, no, I didn't. Actually, that's on my. Okay, Mark, would you say prolonging war makes help people feel? Well, I mean, food and supplies. If you're talking about weapons, okay. Regarding food and medical supplies. Anyways, I might be really looking at this in an extremely simplistic way, but it just seems rather cold, honestly. Ugh, to just be like, okay, no, you guys, sorry, it's best for you. But I'm open to being wrong. But I am still working out like the right way to support people. Because I know people can come in and help and ruin things. I know that there's lots of countries where the state, I'm gonna just say the States because it's bigger than, like, where the West, you can marched in and we're like, hey, we're gonna help you, and then like they ruin things. Like I absolutely know that. Like, look at the entire Middle East. Like, we're gonna help you, but also we have our own agenda. So I know that, but it just, I'm just thinking if, like, you know, you see like the moms and the wives and the mothers. And I know this is like the feminine, like, mother within, keep people safe. I recognize. Yeah, that's all. Kind of all I have to say. Maybe I'll try to refine my thoughts. Um Just don't post it. Just something. Oh, I don't know. If I do a video about it though, like I'll have to be like, hey guys, this is what I did, and I thought it was support an individual artist who is over an award. Then maybe that'll be me doing it wrong. I don't know. It is so hard. It's so hard in the space of social media where everyone has sort of the opinion, and it's me too. I sort of have opinions about the way in which to go about looking at things that's like, this is the right way to go about talking about masks or not masks or getting vaccinated or not vaccinated or about trans people or not trans people. No, that doesn't make sense. But like it's so like everyone has their opinions on the right way to go about supporting and or coming against or even with the slap thing with Will Smith, like the right way to talk about how like, you know, words shouldn't make you hurt people, or well, what do you expect when you insult a man's wife, you know, like this is the right way to go about blank. Everyone, like it's sort of like the currency, it seems like. And like, oh, and I really like how so and so went about talking about that issue, like that's the right way to talk about that issue, and oh, that's the right way to protest that issue. And I am totally guilty of this. This is me. Like this is definitely me. um I have the sort of like the people that I'm like, I really like how so and so like tackles that issue. And like, this is why I kind of have moved over to the meaning space and narrative and oh, I found this story and I love the archetypes and the symbols that we see in it. You know? Like because that's sort of like you can have a hot take on that and be like, no, I disagree, but in a way it feels like it's getting underneath it to like the meat of the issue, I guess. And if people disagree, it's like, well, fair enough, you can, but I think this is really important, and that's so I'm willing to invest in this. And it's the culture wars, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be culture wars, but it's the culture stuff, it's the political stuff. That's where the sort of like these takes. And again, I am guilty of the takes, but it gets tiresome, and this is why I kind of not kind of. Ugh, I say kind of too much, you guys. And like I say like too much. This is where I want to just bypass that and just go to the meat of. Okay, yeah. So I think that like I might kind of wind down. Is there any other video gamey things? I know that this is supposed to be more of a video game talk. Is there anything I guess you want me to look into or go into more on my channel? Um I like I said, I might try doing those video game reviews, like how I kind of forgot about doing that. So I might do a little like mini review on like here's the ones I liked, here's the ones I didn't like, and then like get me up to date with like what's going on now. I might do a little video about how are we supposed to go about the like supporting people in Ukraine. Anyway, like what's the like you know, again, it maybe I'll go into the whole take, my little take rant. Maybe I'll bring that into. I do like reading what people have to say in the comments. And I would just bring it up again because you know I only have, and if I make a little, I get more. So yes, I know, Mark. You want to do another intimacy crisis video, but like I need time to like it for it to settle and for me. Hey, George Richwine, you want me to tell PV? I yeah, I guess also like I've been sort of I've been wanting to be a little bit more consistent with my channel. I haven't done a live stream in ages, and I'm glad. I think I had up to like 10 viewers, which I think is actually really good for me. So I want to know if you guys want more of these and what topics you'd like. Would you want one a month? I think that that's definitely um and if you is posting content every 2 weeks not enough? I don't know. I wanted to do it every week for a while. I used to do it every week when I was really finding things out. And it's kind of slowed down. But I don't want to abandon it, but I've sort of, yeah, I don't know. Just sort of working things out about what I want this channel to be. I just really want to be able to talk to people as I work out things in my own life. And I sort of what Paul Vanderklay does, most of you know. He's using people as a sound check. What is this? This is what I'm thinking. What are you guys thinking? I like don't have nearly as big, but I have a big enough channel that people do write me. I so appreciate that people write me that and whisper direction. Yeah, I want to know what you guys would like to see more of. Um, you want more of these excellent outfits, Mark? I do need stuff on the wall behind me. I know, you're right. Like, ugh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to, this is part of me wanting to improve my channel. And so this is, this lovely piece. I would like to put up maybe here, just kind of in the background, put a couple other things, situate my head like in the middle of, other items. Yeah, it's sort of like, I need to get a little bit more back in channel. I think I want to do a video actually, and this is what I'm afraid of. I don't want to lose all my the meaning crisis people and all of the people who have come along with me for the interviews that I've been looking into. You know, yeah, I've been doing this thing about vintage stuff, and I've had many people say like, you can do videos about vintage. We're not going to abandon you. Just talk about it. But I sort of want to do like little tips if you want to get into vintage wear. So I want to do a little video there too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll showcase some of my favorite outfits, and we'll see how that video does. You guys can let me know if you're like, yeah, it's interesting, or if you're like, no, can you do other things? Because I've been told that channels need to sort of stick to a theme, and I feel like I'm kind of going directions, but you guys, I'm just like waffling and like wavering as to like tell me what to do. I'm just like looking for guidance for my channel, but I don't even know. Like I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so bad at marketing. Oh, okay. Amina, is that you, Hitomi? I hope it is. Thanks. Um, yeah, Andrew's 10-minute tips playlist. Yeah, I want to make it about 10 minutes because honestly, you guys, it is. I have learned so much about how. Maybe I'll market it more as like, or I'll frame it as like how to get into a hobby. Because the things that I learned about getting in really deep into the vintage world, I think you can apply that actually to hobbies in general. So, maybe oh, it is you. Hi, Hitomi. Thanks for, yeah, so I think that, I think I'm gonna try to be a bit more regularly posting, because I really think it's fair to you guys to posting so you're actually like looking for something and ready for it to come out like every Sunday or every other Sunday. So if you're watching still, And if you're there in the comments, let me know how often you think it would be good for me to post. I'm thinking every 2 weeks for sure. I feel like every week is a little bit much for me. Or if you like don't mind me kind of skipping around topic wise, because this is my channel where I'm sort of searching around, and it is tech. Oh, the theme of Andrea. Um, yes, tell the truth, at least don't lie. That is rule. So yeah, I think so. It's been 50 minutes. I think I'm gonna sign off. So I think that I will be doing the Elden Ring. I think I'll go into it. Sounds like that will be to explore with the hubs. It's worth the try. Um, the 10 minutes tip every other week. Long form every other week. I've never done long form. Like, you mean me talking long form? The only long form I've ever done is in an interview. Do more live streams. Yeah, I could do more live streams. I think I want to do a live stream once a month. The interviews, yeah, I am kind of running out of interviews. I wouldn't mind maybe doing a long form, like more than 10 minutes. That would be, because for some reason when I'm on live stream, like it really helps having little pushes along with you guys. Like they really, so try long form, you'd be, oh man, you guys, I feel like I'd just be so boring. I think I'd have to write it out. I mean, I can talk for 30 minutes, but I might have to have my husband stand behind like behind the camera because I like need someone to be there to like listen. Maybe I'll have to like out. Yeah, I might be teaming up with someone to be a producer. So maybe okay. Okay, so have you ever done a car drive? No, I've not done that. I don't have Wi like I don't have data. I'm kind of have this thing where I don't want to, so I've not, yeah, I'm writing out an outline. Yeah, well, I mean something that I could try and we'll just see. So thank you for hanging out with me this long. Honestly, I have no idea how these will like ever go whenever I do them. And I appreciate all of you people who tuned in. Thank you. Um I just yeah, I want to be being like kind of pushing my limits and trying new things and being a little bit more vulnerable. I think most people stayed. Like a lot of people have come at that. And oh, also, this is a side note. I just realized this. Everyone needs to know I have been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've been a huge fan of Firefly for a very long time. And I haven't but I've never watched Buffy. I wasn't allowed. Guys, that's the thing. It was like I wasn't allowed. And I caught a couple episodes like here or there in reruns when I was there. But it's a little rough at first, to be honest. It's like that it has that sort of slow kind of getting going, but as I'm getting into it, I'm liking it. Like there are some of the episodes, like I said, are sort of slow moving, but the overall themes are enough to keep me going, and I really want to keep. Let me know if you want me to do a Buffy the Vampire show, because it tackles some good themes, even though Joss Whedon canceled list, still am fine. And it's kind of nice that like vampires are actually bad. Because I'm in a world, you know, where there's the sparkly, like emo good. So sort of nice. Anyways, Okay, I think I'm gonna be done. I think, oh, it's 55 minutes. It's nearly an hour. So much for tuning in. Thanks for anyone who watches this after the stream. Oh my goodness, anyone who watches after those first 5 minutes of me being like, guys, no one's here. Oh, it's private. No wonder people can't watch because I've not made it public for everyone. I feel like such a silly little dummy, but it's sort of, we'll call it endearing. So, yeah, vamps are cool. Cool when they're. Um, okay, so I think I've been holding this. This is supposed to be like my bit over and out. And there's nothing in here. Clear. Good. Everyone. I'm Andrew. This is why I tape and record, and then I can like cut it out and like try my hellos and goodbyes and like get the best again with the bangs. I don't know how to end it. Break. Ruin my end. Okay.